Yo, welcome back to some more battles as the leaks have all returned and you get to choose between Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. We're going to go back into the Great League as we're going to be trying out the regular Dusclops with the Primeape and the Shadow Dusknoir in the back. Here we go. We got the Dusclops into the Swampert. This matchup here is pretty neutral in all sense of the word because we're not shadow either, so we're not doing a lot of damage, but we expecting to have enough bulk. Let's see, we're gonna get to another shadow punch here, and looks like Swampert is able to tank that move as well. This looks like a farm down opportunity. Ooh, Simo KO. So this is gonna come down to what do we switch into here. We're going to predict the Dusknoir is a good option, but looks like our opponent does go into the Cradily, forces us to go into our Primeape, and now we reveal their backline, which is Ampharos. Letting that first one go is kind of impactful because now they're so low that we're going to be able to pressure a lot of shields. But not only that, these karate chops are adding up. So juju's to our opponent. They realized that they probably needed to shield that Ampharos, but I guess if we had gone into Primeape into their Cradily, it would have been the same because they would have swapped out and we would have swapped probably. All right, now we got, whoa, they throw an ineffective move. Not sure why they threw Aura Sphere there. And we're just going to go for this Ice Punch. They try to catch the move and it goes into the Furret, so that's at least neutral damage. We were going to throw that anyways. Swift is used here, and we know that we can overfarm just a little bit and then fire off this close combat, not playing around. We do not want them to get another move off because we have energy, and this Rage Fist here will be impactful, chipping away at that Togekiss again. Now, this Dusclops has no more energy, but our opponent here does have the Togekiss with a good amount of energy. They get to another move here. Do we survive? Nope. So, unfortunately, down goes our Dusclops. We thought it'd be tankier than that. And now we have an opportunity to close the game with the Shadow Dusknoir. We have one move go off to grab that shield. We're obviously going to shield here. And just like that, we get to another move. This will KO the Quag. And now we're just going to rely on the fast move to win the game. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the 2-shield Dusknoir in the back. Okay, so if you didn't know by now, this is an ABA format for the team comp Ghost Fighter Ghost, and this is probably one of the worst leads we could find, as we do not want to see a normal lead because we are not doing any fast move pressure. We are only relying on the charge moves. So we decide to try to switch out here. Maybe we get our opponent to get confused, but our opponent does decide to stay in, throw the Icy Wind before dipping out into their own Ghost type. However, we end up getting a shield, that last shield from our opponent. So a sliver of win conditions have opened up as they have no more shields, and we can hide behind 2 shields. You can see one Rage Fist does a decent amount towards this Dusclops, and for sure the second one will KO, but our opponent does try to snipe us. We do have the close combat ready. Down goes their Wiggly, and they reveal a Corviknight in the back. Not exactly what we want to see, but let's see what we can do here. We're throwing a bunch of stab shadow punches. Our opponent does get to this air cutter. We feint on the move, and that's not going to help the situation. Also, this air cutter, even though not buffed, should be enough to take our low health Primeape. So the switch out probably wasn't the play in hindsight, but I don't think it would have mattered. Let's say we soft lose with our Dusclops, and then we gotta try to win the game with 2-shield Primeape or something. All right, next we're gonna have the Dusclops into the very tanky Bastiodon. Unfortunately, it is out of alignment here. as we really want the Primeape onto the Basti. So we're just gonna play this out, soft lose this essentially. Well, I take that back. It might not even be a soft loss, as they're probably still going to be in the yellow. Let's see. Yeah, they're still in the yellow. Okay, we get them into the red. It is a soft loss. We thought that they were going to throw a move at some point, but they just go for the full farm down. So they only get one move, and we'll take that all day. Now we have Shadow Annihilate reveal, but we have the Dusknoir here, so we definitely are doing a ton of fast move pressure, and that is probably one of the worst backlines without our 2 shields. We go for 2 dynamic punches to try to get this low enough so they have no shields, and we unfortunately cannot play around. We just go for the close combat here. And now, can we get to the move? Ooh, we do get to the Rage Fist, and it will be enough to take out the regular Annihilate, because we did so much fast move damage before they swapped out. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the Moltres needed to have 1 more shield to win that game. Now we're going to have Dusclops into the Azu. This matchup here is tank versus tank. We know that they are gonna tank all these moves essentially and throw a move here. They did build up to a Hydro Pump, but we're just gonna let this go. Okay, and it ends up being the play rough. So now we're just gonna throw this Shadow Punch on Captai here, and of course they survive it. They throw another play rough. We barely survive it, and we get to another move. This Shadow Punch here will not KO, and we soft lose and go into our Primeape, and we get a couple of Karate Chop advantage. Charge a Bug in the back though. Let's see how we play this out. Fortunately for us, we did have a little bit of energy advantage, so we get to 2 Rage Fists. Grabbing a shield from this Charge Bug is pretty key. We're going to show this first one here, and it ends up being the X Scissor. So we probably are seeing X Scissor Crunch version, and we're going to try to catch this move here, hoping for the X Scissor. Indeed, it is the case, and ends up being the Cradily in the back running Bullet Seed. Unfortunately for them, they don't get to the move before we get to the dynamic punch, and down goes their team. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.